Hey, Lisa.
Her name's not Lisa.
I know. But if every time I say, hey, Lisa, then eventually she'll come up to me and she'll be like, my name's not Lisa, it's Jennifer, whatever. And I'll do a big apology. And I'll say, I thought you were the Lisa who was mad at me for not calling. And then from then on, Jennifer, or whatever her name is, will think that I dated a girl who looked just like her, who I rejected. She'll develop this unconscious need to win my approval, and from then on, it's cake.
Damn.
Hey, Lisa.
Okay, this may have worked for you in the past, but let me lay it out. I became a rep for one reason. Doctors. To meet doctors, fraternize with doctors, breed with doctors. Next time you see me in the field, don't ask for a handout. It's just awkward.
The movie begins in the 1990s, where we meet Jamie Randall, a smooth-talking, attractive young man who knows how to sell anything, especially himself, after getting fired from an electronics job because of flirting with his boss's girlfriend. Jamie decides to follow in his brother Josh's footsteps and become a pharmaceutical sales representative. He enters the competitive world of prescription drug marketing, where charm and confidence matter more than medical knowledge. Jamie quickly learns how to win over doctors and even flirts with his supervisor, Lisa, sometimes bending the rules to secure a deal. Jack constantly coaches him on how to sway clients in his favor, using his knowledge and charm to manipulate Cindy and the receptionist into giving him access to space for sample medications. While visiting Dr. Knight's office, Jamie meets Maggie Murdoch, a free-spirited and fiercely independent young woman who has been diagnosed with early-stage Parkinson's disease. Pretending to be a medical intern, Jamie earns Maggie's trust, but when she discovers that he's actually a drug representative, she is furious. After getting Maggie's number from Cindy, the receptionist, Jamie calls her and she agrees to meet him for coffee. From that moment on, their intimate relationship begins to grow stronger. Maggie doesn't want pity or sympathy in her health status, and she definitely doesn't want a serious relationship. Trey Hannigan, Maggie's ex-boyfriend, harbors resentment toward Jamie, accusing him of stealing his girlfriend. At first, Jamie and Maggie's connection is purely physical. Both of them avoid emotional attachment. Jamie relishes the thrill of the chase, while Maggie prefers to keep things casual to protect herself, knowing that her illness will gradually change her life. But as time passes, something unexpected happens. Jamie begins to genuinely care for Maggie. Escorting her to conventions where she meets severe other patients with Parkinson's disease, he starts showing up not just for the fun moments, but for the difficult ones too. Doctor visits, the emotional breakdowns, the vulnerability she tries so hard to hide. There, he watches her interacting with other patients and finally understands the daily struggles she faces. Meanwhile, Jamie's career takes off when he begins promoting a new male medication, the revolutionary new drug that quickly becomes a massive success. He finally achieves the financial success and recognition in New York as he always wanted. Yet, despite the money and promotions, Jamie feels empty because Maggie is slowly pulling away. As her Parkinson's symptoms worsen, Maggie becomes more afraid of being a burden. She believes that Jamie deserves a normal life, one without hospitals, medications, and uncertainty. Even though Jamie insists that he loves her, Maggie pushes him away. She ends their relationship, convinced it's the only way to protect him from future pain. Heartbroken, Jamie throws himself back into work. But success no longer excites him. The casual relationships no longer satisfy him. For the first time in his life, he realizes that love is not something you can control or sell. After some encouragement from his brother, Jamie has a moment of clarity. He drives to find Maggie, who is heading to a Parkinson's support conference in another city. He stops the bus, begs to talk to her for 5 minutes. Jamie confesses that he doesn't care about the future being uncertain. He doesn't care about the difficulty. He only knows that life without her feels meaningless. Maggie, moved by his persistence and honesty, finally allows herself to believe that she deserves love, even with her illness. Tears falling down her eyes, Maggie accepts to reconcile and move on with their love once again. The film ends with Jamie giving up his high-paying job to start his own small business, choosing a simpler life so he can truly be there for Maggie. Thanks for watching.